coming, you know, and it's my pleasure to be here. They're taking awfully good care of me, and we've got a lot of meetings scheduled for the next 2 or 3 days, so I expect they plan to work me a little bit as well.
Yeah.
Let me just give you a little background about my background and what we've done before, so that you know that what we're talking about is real. About 35 years ago, I invented this product, which was Alpine. And it's, as you can see, pretty ugly.
Yes.
It's not pretty.
I know.
It weighs 17 pounds,
17 pounds?
and it makes a lot of noise.
Really?
And it is, can you imagine how difficult it is to try to sell something like this? Because you just can't carry it in your arm when you take it in someplace and put it down someplace, and you got to have it in exactly the right place.
Hard to take this in the car too.
Really hard to put it in the car.
And also, can you tell how much it costs in that price?
500.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
35 years ago, it still cost about
500?
almost $500. So you can imagine what they cost today.
Yeah.
So why did a product like this, why would we have any success with it, and what kind of success did we have? Well, we had success with it because it did something nobody else had ever done before. Before that product came around, everybody thought that they could just clean the air with filters or something like a filter, and if they could make the air clean enough, it would get better. And the reason that they felt that they needed to make it better, because if you can remember, about 35, 40 years ago, we started sealing all the buildings up so that there was no way for fresh air to get in, because we were afraid of all the energy costs that we were going to experience. So we went through a thing where we just said that we were going to seal all the buildings up. And like everything else we do in this country, we go completely overboard when we do it, and we really sealed them up to the point that you couldn't get a candle to flicker or anything else by the door. No air came in. And people started to suffer. And they didn't realize that they were suffering necessarily from the air, but it sort of seemed that way because you could see that things got more dusty, things got dirtier, but people started to have things like migraine headaches that they hadn't had really before. Allergies kind of went all through the roof. There was all kinds of respiratory problems that people started to have, and they said, wait a minute, that all started back when we closed up the houses and our buildings, and so maybe there's a relationship. And so we tried to go through better filters. About 35 years ago, when you looked at the market, all that really existed out there was filters, because everybody could look at that filter, they could see stuff on it. They said if there's stuff on it, it must be dirty, and if we can get more stuff